if we're using our pressure biofeedback cuff for our leg lowering for our load progression on this, we'll just start with the setup. So the empty cuff is going to go underneath the middle of the lower back, kind of underneath the belly button almost, like an R3 at the top of the curve. So we're going to put that underneath. Put on till it hits about our 40-ish. Please see the long version video for the details on that. So when we're on our back, we're going to have our set point in the middle. We've got about 40-ish. We'll just be monitoring the dial at the top here. We just want to make sure we're not head lifted up too much. We're not crooning like more one way there. They want to stay like in line. So more just keeping like our pillar spine going up or down. So from here, we can just start with a simple raising one leg, not too much deviation. Raise the other leg, not too much deviation. Just trying to maintain our stability through here. As you go back and forth, kind of like starting a bit of a marching thing. We just hold up one leg, then we can go to lower that back and forth. Just trying to maintain. Leg up, trying to maintain just a little bit. We're allowed to fluctuate like, a couple degrees up and down, not a big problem. As long as you don't see a huge gross deviation, that's fine. As long as you're not jumping up like 10 points either way. So you start with just the one leg hold, and then we progress to the lowering back and forth. Once that feels pretty solid and we've got a pretty decent hold on it, we can start to pick up one leg in the air, and we'll pick up the other one too. And as we're doing this, we want to make sure we don't hold our breath, maintain our breathing. You might see a little fluctuation in the pressure as you breathe, and that's okay. We want to make sure we don't feel too much tension shoot up into the neck. So we don't want to feel the head wanting to pop up or feel your SCMs pop up too much. That means the tension, instead of the ribs staying down and staying in here, it's starting to migrate up into the neck. So as we're holding these positions, we're going to look at that a little bit qualitatively. You might feel a little bit of work in your thighs and your hip flexors. You're allowed to have a little bit, but only if we're feeling it through our abdomen too and getting the work done. So once we can maintain this initial core stability position, as soon as we can hold this well, then we can start doing like a little exertion with the legs back and forth. Maintaining as we go back and forth, then a little bit further each time. And if this starts to get too easy, we can actually hold the legs out a little bit to start, and then put a drop each way from there. Because the further I get my legs away from my pelvis, the more leverage I have in my middle. The more I get my knees over top of my hips, the less I have. So if I even have trouble holding this tabletop position, kind of like the 3-month tabletop, whatever you want to call it, if I bring my knees even like a little higher above my hips, that'll make it a little bit easier as long as the flexibility I don't have to, and I can start here a little bit. So depending on where I have my legs will affect the tension on it. So working up eventually to having the both legs in the air with a full lowering each way with good control would be our standard on that. Those are the progressions working up to it. If it feels like the dial seems a little bit off or isn't working properly, always just deflate, reset it, make sure it didn't shift around or move one way or the other, then slip under the table. Make sure I have a firm surface underneath. If it's too squishy, that can be thrown off too. So this is some of the basic progressions through the pressure biofeedback leg lowering. And from here, we'd be getting into some advanced things. We're just going into some of our dead bug and rolling series to build on top of that.